Welcome back. On this episode of Unbuilding Them, we're working on Slick Rick here, 3rd gen Camaro, 4,000 horsepower, tentatively, hopefully. 41X, Hards 140, got all the good stuff. You can't really see a lot, we'll give you a little sneak peek. I feel like a grudge car right now.
Ka-chow!
Ka-chow.
Stock style front suspension car.
Yep, stock style front suspension.
Had some issues with it, location issues.
Yeah, the strut mount and everything's in stock location. The rules are, I don't know, kind of, everybody's got a different opinion.
For stock location front suspension, sorry, not stock location, stock style front suspension. This car comes from the factory with a strut and a single A-arm, has a strut and a single A-arm. We have the strut tower to go back in there, and it's in the factory mounting location as well. So it is a factory style front suspension car.
Yep, yeah, it's about as close as you can get. So we had some issues where the strut angle was at the incorrect. Oh wait, before I go any farther, if you guys want to make some money and build a car like this, you need to come work Storms with us. It is a blast. We have a good time. We make a bunch of money.
We got one coming right now.
Got one coming right now.
70% chance the storm hits. It went for yesterday, it was at 20%. Now it's at 70%. It's coming on the east coast of Florida. No, the west coast of Florida. Yeah. It's going up the Gulf.
Panhandle, like Naples, Bradenton, FL2K. Ugh. Oof. Right now it's coming. We're looking for people. If you're interested, you can either email myself at stormworknc@gmail.com or email John at johndocrecovery@gmail.com, and we'll get you on the list. You need a 3/4 ton truck or 1 ton, just as long as it's 8 lug. I guess it could be a van, excursion, whatever, 8 lug. No 8 lug adapter, so don't bring your Toyota Tacoma. Need a transfer tank. If you don't have one, we can provide one. You know, after you work a couple, you should probably get one. They don't cost that much and helps you make more money. It's very easy, no special training. You can come down there, you can hang out with us, we can talk about racing, we can fly airplanes, we can do some work, make some money, and you guys will be able to build a badass car like this.
Also, my company has a 0% turnover rate. I have yet to have someone work for me and that has not wanted to work and continue working. So it's not a full-time job. Don't quit your job, but if you're interested, send us an email. Right now, I have a list going together. We don't have any work yet, but I'm preparing, so I'm getting a list together. So I mentioned it in the last video. If you guys are interested, send us an email. And if you are, within 10 hours of Florida, pretty much, maybe even 12 hours, we can get you to work. Like we pay your travel time to and from. We cover almost all expenses. So all you need to do is be there in your truck and you can get paid. So send us an email, Matt's email or my email, and enough storm talk for today.
No storm talk, back to race cars. So we noticed some issues upon assembly and disassembly. We noticed that the struts didn't have no valve, took them in, screw, they got them fixed up, and when John's putting it back together, it was kind of in a bind going into the lower A-arm, and it shouldn't be. Some have a pillow ball up here that allow it to rotate. These don't. This is fixed, so you got to be right on your angle of the dangle, because otherwise you're going to be off and you can't change it. It's not like a regular strut adjuster or anything with a pillow ball bearing. So we got this side cut off. We got some new cups, plates. We're going to be remounting this, getting it in there, clean all that up. That's going to mount there. We're going to get our adjustment and get our angle right, because with this style, your camber is set. So if this is welded on like this, that's what your camber is going to be. So this right here is going to, it needs to be 90. So we're shooting for 0 camber and 10 degrees caster. Caster is the forward and aft motion this way. 0 caster, the thing would be very darty. It would have virtually no return to center. The farther back you go, the more it turns, it kind of lays the tire over and has a lot of return to center. Like you turn the thing, you let go of the wheel and it goes straight. So it slows the steering down, it makes it less darty. Definitely what you want in a race car. I usually shoot for 10 degrees of caster, 0 camber. That's what we're going to shoot for on this. So we're going to get all this cleaned up, mount some cups, do some mock-up, get this in here, get our ride height figured out. So like from the floor to the center of the hub is 13 inches. So we're going to set the car ride height and give us 13 inches here, and then give us about 1 inch of shaft showing, because we're not trying to have a lot of up travel. We want all the down travel, and then we'll use the valving for our wheelie control. So like if it wheelies and it extends way out and then it comes back down, instead of it, you know, having a lot of travel down, and just use all the valving and slow it down. So right now it's just kind of cut it off. Well, we got the blankets over everything, and mount all our strut cups. We're also going to be redoing the A-arm, because so typically when you're building a lower A-arm, there's a few different styles you can do. You can do a traditional actual A-arm like this. If you do it this way, when it comes out, the ends have to be bent. It has to be centered, so whenever it pivots up and down, it can. These are welded on a 45-degree angle, so what happens is you have a very minimal amount of travel before it gets in a bind. So whenever it comes up like that, it actually has to twist the heim inside the tube insert. So it's not a good way. It can bind. You want everything to travel completely free. So what we're going to be doing is a different style, which this is the same kit. I guess you could put it in however you want, but normally what you're going to be doing is the rear arm, I usually try to run them at just a slight angle. So we got some bracketry here that's not going to allow me to get exactly where I want, but we're going to come back a little bit, so it'll be like this. And then this one stretches way out to the front, and it's going to go under the fuel cell. So instead of it being like an A-arm like that,
it's an A-arm like that.
Yeah, more like this. So we're going to have our travel. This one will be vertical, and this heim will be horizontal. I'll have a misalignment spacer. So that's going to weld onto the frame on the side over there. I already got some stuff put together right here. We have these. That's going to be that one. And
whose kit is this? Quartermax?
This is a strange control arm kit with these are some tabs from Tim, and then we got these two. I'm going to cut these off.
Oh, they're from Junior, aren't
Yep.
they?
You're going to cut these off to where they're flat like this, a little bit more surface area. And then this is going to be for that one. It's not going to mount up here. It'll be mounted on the lower frame rail, but just for a visual, it's going to weld in like that right there. And that's just simulating our misalignment spacers. We forgot to order a tag yesterday because we were occupied.
Go over to the LSnasty channel.
Yeah.
First link in the description below. Subscribe. You guys are not going to want to miss the content we just put out. It'll make your stomach hurt, maybe a little bit.
So, got a lot of cleaning up to do, but this is not a paid advertisement. It might seem like one. I'm about to talk about something. If you guys are doing any kind of fab stuff in your shop, you know that the consumables are very expensive. You go to Lowe's or the welding store or anywhere and you get a sanding disc. Some of them are like $8-10 a piece. Cutting disc. You try to get them from Harbor Freight. They don't last. They fly apart. They're dangerous. They don't cut well. I got the hookup for you guys. Some of you know, some of you don't. If you don't,
pay attention.
I'm about to save you a absolute metric ton. I'm about to learn something today. All right, before we really get into this, I will say firsthand, right? I'm not like Matt. Matt kind of keeps it real with the fab stuff, saying, hey, get the good stuff. If you just go and buy like a drill bit, they're not all made equal. If you go and buy a flat disc, they're not all made equal. There's a big difference, and it will make your life a whole lot easier. It will save you time. It'll save you money in the long run. This right here, buying stuff from, can we say the name? Yeah.
Roark.
Roark Supply
will save you a bunch of money, and really nothing else that you could buy like local from the stores comes close to how all of these items perform. Yeah, cost wise too. Like, we're gonna go over the cost here in a minute on some of this stuff, and you guys are gonna be blown away, especially if you've been buying. If you've been going to Lowe's and getting flat discs, or the welding store is like, it's like the tool truck. They're out here just raping people. Yeah, the welding store, don't buy from welding. So we got a box. We kind of get a shipment every once in a while. They have all kinds of stuff.
Our air conditioning's on a swivel right now.
Maybe the quarter wrap up.
You know how the fan oscillates?
It's oscillating.
Ours does 360 degrees.
Oh, I felt good for a second. So, start off, we got some portaband blades. They have all kinds of different styles and TPI, different brands. They have big bandsaw blades, so you get your portaband blades from there.
John, what's TPI?
Tooth per inch.
Damn.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
I have a lot. Actually, I have a little. I got big teeth.
I have less because I had one pulled out. You got these people from like Ziz wheels. You know, you can resurface your cylinder heads with these.
Very handy.
Yeah.
Don't resurface your cylinder heads with those.
Yeah, we've already been through that video. Condition discs, they got the little quick adapter right here. So they have all different kinds of grits. You got blues, you got reds, you got browns, different cores. You got some mini flap discs.
Mini flap discs. These are
flap
nice.
discs.
These are very nice.
I've never used one of those.
Yep.
Mini flap discs.
So you guys come in there and you want to clean your cage up or something, and you got a real tight area and you can't get a regular flap disc in there, you got that. So they got all kinds of different styles and bevels.
There was a step bit here.
Yeah,
I got quality step bit makes a big difference.
Here, let's get right into it.
All right. Do we have a normal step bit, like one of our normal ones that like you buy from the store? They are so cheap.
You use them like one time.
And they're smoked.
And they're, done.
So this is the badass one?
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see, I got a brand new one.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you might save yourself a dollar or two at the time, but then the next time you need it, next time you need it, you got to go buy another one.
This is pretty much brand new.
Where's that one from?
I think this is Lowe's. It's like 40 bucks for this one. We got some 1/4 inch stuff. I'll get 2 holes. I've seen enough. Quick detach. I bitched about an M18 drill for so long, and then John finally gets one. He gets.
No, it was just hiding in the trailer the entire time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I got him one.
Oh,
I had to walk all the way to the trailer to get it.
Oh.
All right, look at this new hole, right?
Oh my god.
That battery's dead too. With a good battery, that thing will.
Wow.
I mean, that's 1/4 inch. That's pretty good.
That's the.
So
that's the difference.
They have all kinds of good step bits.
Dang.
Flap disc, they sell a ton of different styles. They got stuff that I like. I don't even know. Like, I've never used any kind. They have these are designed for pretty much just aluminum. So they cut through aluminum, they grind through aluminum. I've ground through some like 1/4 inch aluminum stuff, and these things, they last a whole lot longer. Oh, we got all
right, so we got cutting discs here. Look at how many you get in a box, and these are like $2 or $3 a pop.
Oh, more than that for the good ones. Let's see here. We'll do it
I'm
live,
saying
right?
for off row arc.
Oh no, I'm about to tell you.
He's about to tell us.
About to tell you. And like I said, we're not doing this. It's just like everything else. Like, these people aren't like, hey, we're gonna send you a box of shit. And
the whole purpose of this channel, right, is
to help people, to save you money, because I know, like, you know, John might like to blow his money, but I don't. So I'm a purchase, money saving, conscious, not looking for the right word here. Frugal. I'm very frugal, because, like, you know, I got other money I want to spend my money on.
He's got other money he wants to spend his money on. He's got other items that he'd like to spend his money on.
There you go. That one. That's what I'm looking for. Cutting. So we got raw arc supply right here.
There'll be a link in the description below
to the
website.
All kinds of stuff here. It's like pages on pages. Let's see. Let's find some.
Dude, how good are these flap discs, David?
That's nice.
Literally. They're that good. We're just about out too. So I literally went to Lowe's and bought some flap discs and lost my ass like $6, $7, $8, $10 a rip.
Oh, easily.
What are those? 040?
Yeah.
4.5 inch. Cut off wheel. This isn't like our. Whoa.
Dave is so happy about Robot.
These aren't like our. Hey, we got the hookup price or anything, but stick around and we'll show you. 25 for 18 bucks.
Dude, you cannot beat that.
Bro, and they're not cheap. They're good. This thing,
I think 5 from Harbor Freight's like $7, $8.
Yeah, look, okay, let's go look. Here, we'll go, and I mean, they got, like, look at all these damn, let me go back here. Flap discs. They got all kinds of the I'll use these Premier Grind 4.5 inch. They have some cheaper ones, so some of you guys that are like, some of you guys don't like to spend a lot. They have some more expensive ones that are way better quality and they last a lot longer. But if you're like me, or you lose one, or you're using it for something you shouldn't have, like, you can do the cheap ones. They have all kinds of different options. Look at this. 10 for 16 bucks. $1.60 a piece.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Okay, you go to Lowe's and a DeWalt one is like $9.50. All right. We had to come to Lowe's, grab
you got something on your shirt right there. Oh.
Got him! Got him!
I got it. All right, we had to come to Lowe's to grab some stuff, and I just want to show you guys, like, if you didn't believe me, 11 bucks.
That's junk.
D-wall. $10.
So 2 of those you can get 25.
10.
10, you can get 10.
10. So there's 16 bucks for 10. Or I mean, if you get 50, it's like 30 or 60. I can't remember what it is. It's like 60 bucks. So you could get 6 of these or 50 of the other ones. And you saw it cut good. Same thing with the cut disc. These things are like, you know, $4 a piece. The other ones are $1 something a piece. I mean, these things, and honestly, they last 10 times longer because we have ran out sometimes. And when you come and get these, it's just it'll blow through one of these in like no time. So. That's it. The unibits, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, hold on. Where are the unibits? Hold on, look at this. What do we say? That one that was 13?
Yeah, it's like 13 or.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there's 3 for 64.
Yeah. That's actually. That is the one. That is one of the ones that you guys saw us trying to cut with. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean.
We ain't telling you to shop at Lowe's, but get you some good stuff.
For a single disc.
You bought one, you can get 10 of them. Then when you start buying them in 50 count, 60 bucks. $1.25 a piece for a flat disc. Let's see. Let's check them out.
And just because that one disc is $9 does not mean it's leaps and bounds better.
No, look at these. I mean, these are good quality. They're made in Germany. They have all kinds of different grits. They got like 60, 80, 120, you know, whatever you guys need. We got all kinds of stuff. More flat discs. We got some. There's some 60 grit. They have different angles, so they have like the ones. I don't know if you can see. They have flat and beveled. So I like the beveled ones because I'm, you know, I got the grinder at the bevel, so I'm about flat like that right there.
Oh.
Barrel flaps. You guys doing any kind of internal flapping? We have a toolbox that's just full of just abrasives. We're just stocking back up.
Yeah, it's been running low for a while.
Yep. So more flat discs. Can't ever have enough flat discs. Got all kinds of those. We got cutting discs. We got grinding discs. We already have a. We didn't get any grinding discs this time because we already have a bunch of them. But the grinding discs are the same way. You can get like 50 of them for $20-something. And sometimes they'll run some specials. It's like 25 flat discs, 25 grinding discs, 25 cutting discs. It's like 35 bucks shipped. It's insane, and it's not cheap. I don't like to use some stuff you can cheap out on, and if you can, I'm going to tell you some stuff. I'm going to say, hey, spend the money. Drill bits, like, cheap drill bits. You saw that the unibit that just blew through that 1/4 inch. Like, you go get some cheap unibit from Harbor Freight, and that thing will last like 2 times, and it's done. I've been using that for 2 weeks now here in the shop on this, drilling holes. Like, I've had it in the drill press. I've been abusing the shit out of it, and it's still cutting like no other. Yeah, it's being cut in titanium with it, stainless. Like all you guys know, is drilling holes in stainless, like for EGT bungs and O2 sensors. Like it can be kind of rough on it. Man, that thing will just blow right through them. Because we got that one, and we got one that's larger that goes to 1 inch. That's a like 8 to half, and the other one's like 3/16 to 1. Got some more sanding discs. These things are really nice. Like if you're trying to clean up like a rusty frame or anything like that, these work really well. They last a long time. It'll take a lot of material off too, but if you're just trying to, like a rough material, like you got some, you know, like some undercoat or something you're trying to take off, these work really well.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of nice stuff.
Oh yeah, we got some other, we got some ceramic flat disc here. These things, they do exceptionally well.
Dude, this damn carbon fiber flap disc.
Oh wow.
Got that.
What's it called? Coral Reef flat discs.
Yeah, we got the Coral Reef flat disc here. These are really good for removing paint and other material that normally will kind of get gummed up in another flat disc. It doesn't remove a lot of the material, but it removes like paint, powder coat, anything else you're trying to take off, rust. These things made in Italy. I mean, this is all good stuff. These are not like, hey, what is the cheapest thing I can find and it's from China, because you might find another flat disc somewhere and it might be, you know, those other ones are $1.60, so you're hard pressed, but you might find one for $1.60. But I've used those and no shit, you fire it up and it either blows up or within 5 minutes the thing is just smoked. All the abrasive comes off of it and you just got a disc. Yeah, no flapping.
This guy from Windsor who smoked my bank account every time gave me the world's shittiest flap disc, and they were like $20.
They would just blow apart every time Travis used them.
Dude, you touch it like everywhere.
Yeah. So we got some more ceramic flat disc.
Now, what's the ceramic for, opposed to, like, you know, like if I'm having a turbo kit, what's the go-to flap disc?
You know, I need to look that up. I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not sure, because whenever I called and ordered it, he said, hey, I see you guys ordering some stuff, and have you ever tried the ceramic flap disc? I said, nope. So he threw some in a box right here for us to kind of try out, see how we like.
Backing for me.
Oh yeah, that's damn. Tim McCamus would say, like, that's ain't no bullshit in my shop. Yeah, no, I mean, all this stuff. Sweet. Did you tell them about the discount code?
No, not yet.
We'll get to it so they could be shopping while we're talking about it.
Go. So, lsnasty.
Wow, that was a real surprise. When you go to check out our RoArc, their link will be down in the description below. Use code lsnasty, get yourself a discount. Highly recommend getting stuff from here, because you can literally, like Matt said, you can go to Lowe's and buy 2 flap discs, or you can get 25 for the same price. So,
yeah, the ceramic ones are $4, or if you order them, they get cheaper, like a discount. But they actually sharpen themselves. Really? Additional ceramic dissipates heat. The disc lasts longer, and as the ceramic breaks down, the disc has a self-sharpening effect.
Where is it? Where is it?
Oh God.
Where is it?
Oh shit. We're about to do it.
Everyone get their safety squints ready.
Yeah, we probably could have got. They got okay. While he's putting that together, they have all kinds of stuff. We'll go over here. And this
the
is
disc
like,
is so scared of John right now. He's running away.
This thing's like, no, Daddy. I'm not really. I used to be worried about John with a grinder, but now I'm not. Mason.
Now it's Mason.
I'm still a little.
We're the safe. I mean, we're doing a damn legitimate video. Look at this. This is the one they sent me from Windsor, isn't it? Yeah. Dude, look at this thing. This thing is a giant piece of shit.
That's brand new, and it just don't like. There you go. There's the big safety splint.
Where? Oh, here it is. This is. We don't use safety glasses. We use a whole face mask. Damn, whose big ass head was this on? All right, here we go.
You like to grind the concrete a lot. See what I did?
God, look how much.
Wow.
Look how much material that just took off. But you can't even tell.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah. No, that's that
Watch
thing's
yourself, David. Damn, that's how like it goes through aluminum.
That is insane.
That is wild.
Here, let me get a piece of aluminum.
That's 1/4-inch steel.
Like, round the edges off. Look at this. Dude, look at how much that shit comes off. Is that the thick stuff? That's 11 gauge too.
Yep.
11 gauge aluminum. That's impressive how quick it.
All right, John's gonna have to be careful with that thing.
Now look at the disc. Dude, that is wild. That is wild. Now, when you're doing this stuff, don't go back and forth between aluminum and steel.
Yeah, because like I usually have a disc for aluminum.
Oh, man, let's try out an aluminum specific one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, one in Rome, right? Also, I recommend unplugging this before you start grabbing this, but. Damn, that one looks a whole lot different. Oh my God, bro. Holy smokes. Dude, just touch it against it. Right. Just touch it. Just touch it. Dude.
All right, hold on.
Literally.
John's not allowed to use this one.
So I build my entire turbo kits. Like, I build everything with the portaband, the flap disc, and I cut it like as close to square as I can, and then if I put it up there and don't fit, I'll just take it off with the flap disc. So like sometimes I'll be holding it like on my hip and like pushing real hard on it because I don't use the vise that much.
I'm not gonna have to do that anymore.
Dude, this thing right here. Dude, that makes no sense at all. Look at this too.
Oh, it lasts like.
Look at that. You put that huge div in there. I squared it up that quick.
Yeah. So we're talking to save you guys some money. Like here, I got some cutting discs. I've already cut a bunch with this thing, like a lot, and you know, it's like anything. Like there's a certain way you got to use abrasives. Like can't just bear down on it because it's not really how it's designed. But they, I've done a lot of industrial work, paper mills, power plants, nuclear plants, water treatment plants, a lot of cut and grind and fitting, you know, Boilermaker, millwright. So I've done a whole hell of a lot of cutting and grinding, and I know a good abrasive. Like I use a lot of Metabo stuff, and these are good abrasives. And I'm not gonna recommend anything to you guys. Like if somebody said, hey, we're gonna send you some stuff and try it out, and we didn't like it or we didn't use it. We've been using this stuff for almost, ever since I met John. We were going to Lowe's, and I was like, we ain't going to Lowe's no more. I'm turning on RoArt. We've been ordering it, but
it saves you so much money too.
Oh, if you bought this box from Lowe's, would cost
$1,000. We're wanting what, like a couple hundred?
Yeah, if that, not even that. I mean, we're talking like a pack of the 50 pack of the flap disc for like $60. I mean, come on, that's insane. So I'm not gonna recommend anything on the channel ever. If somebody was like, hey, here it is for free, if it sucks, I'm gonna be like,
we don't really get anything for free, really.
No, this stuff, none of this stuff. Like the only thing he sent the ceramic, some of the ceramic stuff, because I wanted to try those out. But all the other stuff we buy, like just like everything else. But even if it was sent for free, if it wasn't any good, I'd be like, hey, this shit sucks, don't buy it.
Also, I welded this, okay? So I'm willing to give this away. Whoever purchases something on my website today, the first order, I'll stick this in there and you guys can have this. You'll see where we cleaned it up with the damn little RoArt stuff, and then you can have this and put it on your wall.
Yeah, we'll sign it with the etcher.
Yeah, well, so first order today, when you guys see this video, lsnasty.com, anything you buy.
First $100 order.
No, let's do the first order. I'll keep it.
Somebody getting a sticker.
Yeah, honestly, if you want it that bad and you want a sticker, I guess I'll put it in there. But I should say, you know, first t-shirt order. First t-shirt sold today on the website. No. I'll throw this in there.
First t-shirt order that in the comments says, I want the pipe.
Yeah. Say it, you want the pipe, comment section, I'll give it to you. First one though, but if you're second, you're like, I want the pipe.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah, you gotta be quicker than that. That's all I have to say.
Quicker. So
I'll even clean it up too. Where's my little thing?
Oh my god.
Oh, here it is. Look at this. I don't want you guys to get it and then like get cut or nothing. So like, we'll clean it up, make sure it's like all nice.
You better watch out, bud. He's dangerous with that thing.
Dude, I put a new blade on this thing. The new blades suck, don't they? New blade is cheeks.
Yeah. So going over RoArt Supply and get you some abrasives, cutting discs, flat discs, porter bands, pretty much any kind of fab stuff. They got paint pens. If you go on the website, you just start browsing through there. They got it, and really quick shipping too. I'm talking like, we ordered this stuff in 2 days from California. It's here, like same day usually ships out. So it'll save you a lot of money. I'm just trying to, like, you do what you want. You go to Lowe's, you can buy it. You go to the welding store and pay $10, and the guy's like, hey, have a good day. No KY with that. But if you guys want to save some money, head on over and get some stuff from there.
All right, well, that's just what portion of today's video, because we're gonna watch Matt put the rest of the suspension together and get to work and fab and grind and cutting on that. I'll be doing some storm work stuff, so I'll be sitting at my desk working. Dave will be typing away. Matt will be working. So this video is dedicated to the guy. I'll put it on the screen. The guy that said Matt just stands around, doesn't do shit.
Where did you even get that from?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, I mean,
Matt's like the only person over here actually wrenching on something.
What did you say?
Oh, not cut deep. I'm sorry.
What did you say? Matt, tell him about Tell him about David's job here. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Tell him about David's job.
Listen. If we need somebody to destroy a wheel seal, I know exactly who to call.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
Listen, we wouldn't be able to do any work here if it wasn't for David. David is the LS Nasty anchor. See that seat right there?
Nope.
Show him the seat.
Show him the seat. There's no seat over there.
Show him the seat.
It's moved.
Right?
Several inches already.
Well, he's got his little command center. He's got his computer. He's got his glasses.
Yeah. I'm going to unsend all those people.
That's fine. That's fine. Without David, we wouldn't be able to do any work because we'd be floating like the movie Up. David keeps this slab of concrete planted at all times.
He's our rock.
He's our rock, yeah. You can't, dude, it's a team effort here. We can't do it without you. Matt works on stuff. I break shit. David makes sure it doesn't go nowhere. Just like that. 3 guys and a dog. Building cars.
3 guys and a dog. Back at it. You guys saw a little time lapse. What we did was we just kind of went through and took all the old strut cup off of it. So the other strut cup looked like that. We took that off, cleaned up all the material, got all the other stuff. We used a grinding disc for most of it and then just cleaned it up last little bit with a sanding disc, make sure I didn't remove any material from the actual tube. So now we need to get our, look at all that. A whole lot of dust and grinding. Got the moving blanket a little bit. Oh well. So normally if you were doing this, you'd have everything on a chassis jig and you would get your wheelbase where you wanted it and have the bottom of the strut mounted through the spindle right there, and that way this way's good, and all you have to do is just set your angle, so a 10-degree angle. With it suspended on the lift, it's a little bit more difficult. We're going to be able to get it close as possible, you know, with this style setup. So what we're looking for is 16 inches off the lower frame rail this way. So with our strut there, and then 27 inches from this tube face forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our bottom of our strut at 27 and then measure this out from here 16 to the center of the strut, the bottom of it, and then we'll set our 10-degree angle for our caster. At the same time, we're also going to be looking to make sure that our camber is not changing, because like I said, we'll put this up in here so you guys can get an idea. With this right here like this, so if this is, you can change a little bit with your lower, but once your upper's welded on there, it's pretty much got to be where it is, because what happens is when you change it, you can get in a bind because it doesn't have a pillow ball. They sell some adjustable ones that do have a pillow ball, so you know, you could change your camber with your lower control arm. With these, it's just got a very, very small amount of adjustment, so you have to get it very close. So what we'll be doing, we'll have that. Take all this off just for got our angle finder here. So we're going to be going on our face, which is our brake rotor mounting surface right here. So we're going to try to get that to like 90 when we're in there, and then here for our caster, you know, before, you know, that's 90. We had 2 degrees, so it was like that. So we're actually going to be somewhere in this angle right here, like a 10 degrees of caster. So the strut is actually going to be back like that. That's about 80. So we'll get all our measurements, and then once we get all our measurements, then we'll get this pretty close. And I'm also going to try to put a little bit of stagger from left to right, so probably like 1 inch of stagger, because we have to meet factory wheelbase, but one side can be a little bit longer than the other. So it's when you put stagger in it, basically what you're doing is you're making that side, you're building everything forward 1 inch. And by doing that, what you do is you stage with this tire, and then you break the beams with that tire, or the front end or whatever. So it allows you to get that extra 1 inch of, it's like a pecker extender but built into the chassis. So it allows you to stage a little bit farther. It also changes your rollout a little bit, so you can have a little bit better reaction time. There's a lot of advantages that you get when you put stagger in a vehicle. Some cars, you know, 1 inch is about, you know, common what you would be doing. So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna try to mock up some stuff, mock the strut cup up in the correct location, and kind of try to get it hung up there. And once we do that, then we can start working on building our lower control arm. So the way we're gonna be doing this one is, brother, Amazon.
Dude, door wide open.
Dude, does he know that?
Oh my God, they got to.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Package is gonna be falling out everywhere. So if you're in Erwin and your Amazon package didn't show up, they just drove by with the door just hanging. So normally what, without being on a chassis table, I haven't done one like this without a chassis table, but we're just going to build the strut, have the strut hanging in the correct location. So after the strut's bolted up at the top, it's going to be in the correct location, then we'll build the A-arm to it. So I think that's going to be the best way to do that. So right now we're going to work on the strut cup, and when we come back, we'll probably have everything tacked up, and you guys can get an idea what we're doing next. Alright, here at the shop, one-man band. I got everything cleaned up. I got some measurements here, and I got my strut plate kind of mocked up there. So I got my welder over here. I'm gonna kind of get it close, and then put one tack in the center. That way it can rotate in all axes. And then once I get it exactly perfect, as far as I can tell with my measurements, because like I said, it's not on the chassis table, I'll be doing some other tacks and everything. So here's our strut mount and everything. I'll do some gussets, got some measurements, got our caster camber, all that done. Got it fit up, so ideally it's going to be like right in here, so like that. This tab's got a gap right there, but what I'm planning on doing is welding the center part out right here and then hammering this down to where it fits the tube, because the tube's kind of have a weird angle. So because I could cut it to where it fit flush with the tube, but I'm trying to keep this off the tube this way, because otherwise our track width in the front's going to be a lot narrower. So right now I'm going to do some more measurements. I'm going to find the exact center line of the wheel, because we got to keep our wheelbase within plus or minus 2 inches. So Camaro's 101, so we could go 103. I have to see what this is. I think this is like 102.5, so that gives us a little bit of leeway. I might go 103, just really stretch it, maybe like 102 and 15/16 on the other side. That way we get our maximum wheelbase and get some stagger in it. But right now I got the welder over here. I'm gonna get the bottles out of the truck, put the new argon bottles on, and tack all this up. Alright, so right now we have about 1/10 of a degree negative camber, which is okay. And then we also have 9.9 degrees of caster, so we're right at 10. I mean, the way the chassis is, I mean, you're kind of splitting hairs at that point, but just kind of shoot for 10 and we're good to go. So I got some pretty good tacks on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld out that section that's touching the tube, and then once that's welded out, I'm going to hammer down the other tube, because like the way the tabs are, they don't fit a tube that way. So what you can do is you can weld the middle and then hammer it down like that, this one up, and it'll fit the tube pretty nice. So far we're good. Next, after we get all that welded up and tacked up good, we'll be able to do our lower control arm measurements, and then get that on there, and then once that's on there, it'll just be welding everything out. Alright, one thing that we haven't talked about is hood clearance. On some of these cars, these are pretty long struts, so when you get into longer struts, you get into where it's too high on the hood. So got a pretty good tack on it, 3 tacks on the top, that good long bead, and then the one on the bottom. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all this off and put it back up in the air, and from there we're going to put the front end on it, make sure that our hood clears, because before it was very close. So now it might be a little bit closer because we're trying to get it a little bit lower on the front end than it was, so that way we get it slammed.
All over it?
No, it's like a 1/4 inch away, like that.
So the front end's not.
Go back.
Yeah, it's touching.
Yeah, I mean, I can adjust it down, up and down a little bit, but
Is it touching?
like close. Oh yeah, it is. I can adjust it down, like
Spin it down.
so. I got all the spacers on the top, so I can start putting spacers in there, but you lose travel when you do that.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to.
Yeah, it just kind of is what it is there, huh?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no other way, not unless you go the shorter strut.
Does it look further back than it did before?
Hey. So we got our front end on and test fit, put the wheel kind of on there somewhat. That's going to be kind of where it's going to go, make sure everything's good and clear. Thing's slammed. So everything looks good. I get a couple more measurements off there, and I think we're good to start building our lower control arm. All right. John's hard at it. Look at him. Look at him.
Editing an lsnasty video. You guys can go over to lsnasty.
Oh, we don't edit LS-nasty videos.
Well, when I put in there, it's 2 hours long. I'm not gonna.
I mean, y'all want to see a movie, right?
I got it down to 40 minutes. Okay,
All right.
So if you guys want 40 minutes of enjoyment, viewing pleasure.
All right, so here we are, kind of hanging. I really hate doing it like this, but for now, it's what we got to work with. We're gonna make it work. It goes up a little bit higher. We're setting it up to where it's got about 1 inch of shaft, so I'll move that. Right now, I'm just kind of. Yeah, it looks about like 1 inch. So get that perpendicular with the chassis, and our control arm lower is going to be about like this. I'd like to put it right here, so I might cut that off. Bracket right in the dang way, but I might take the cutoff wheel and just zip that bad boy off, clean it up. So we're gonna go there. So I'll do this, and then I'll put my angle finder on here and get the thing exactly, you know, maybe 1/10 of a degree of negative camber, and then measure from our tube here, and then take that out of our control arm. So you guys will see that in a minute. right, I got John to get that thing at 90 degrees, and then I measured this. We need to take 3 1/8 out of this tube. So I'm gonna go over here, cut this, and then we'll mock it all up on the car, make sure we're good before we weld it out. All right, so forgot to do a time lapse. Got some control arms tacked up and everything. Got our caster here, 10 degrees. Got our plate tacked up there, kind of close to ride height. We're probably gonna have 1 inch shaft showing. This control arm is gonna go back here. That control arm goes to the front like that. So it's in the Heim is in this plane, and then these are simulating the misalignment spacer. So we have a little bit more thing. So like whenever I do these, what I do is you would, since you're at your almost your full travel there, you'd want it to be in a bind this way, because if you do it to where you're in a bind this way and then you go lower, you're going to be even more bind. That's the issue we run into on the Wishbone area. Is the Wishbone, see how the tabs are pointed up? They should be pointed down in this location. So everything's good, got it tacked up. Like I said, our caster's good. We got our travel now. Try to pull this loose right here. So before, if you guys remember, I'll have to tighten that up a little bit. So before, if you guys remember, our A-arms didn't really have much travel at all. You know, we're talking there, maybe 2-3 inches, maybe what the strut had. Now, even with our without our misalignment spacers here, we got all the way down to here, and then it goes. Let me try to get this shit out of the way. It'll go up way higher than that. So we got our full length of travel wherever we need to go. So no binding there. Like I said, a little bit different style. If you notice, it's not like a traditional, like exactly A-arm. So it's more like a an L-arm, or like if a Model A or something was like a tension rod style. So it works a lot better. You get a little bit more control. So right now we just need to weld all these bad boys out, weld the tube ends on, and weld that up there, get that all done, and we will be complete for the driver's side. All right, we got one side done. We're about finished up the other A-arm. Making everything fit. Got to cut some gussets out for the top and brace all that to the frame. It's kind of not ideal where the down bars are. I was hoping they'd be a little bit wider to where we could have our strut cup straight to it, but that kind of screws everything up. Before, they just had, the strut cup was about touching this, but it had a metric ton of camber, so it's not really going to work for us. So right now we're at this one's at 0 camber, 10 degrees caster. This one is set back, the other side has a stagger, so we got about 1 inch stagger in it. We're going to clean the frame up right here by the exhaust and weld this front tension rod on, and go in there like that. So this will move a little bit, so we'll get our caster set perfect, and then we'll go ahead and tack that up, and this one's good. So after that, we can put the wheels back on it and set her down. Yeah, it's kind of close. Self-clearancing. There's some spot right here between the exhaust and everything. I'm not trying to take it off, so I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to see right here. Oh yeah, we're golden.
What's the Facebook page? It's got all those on there.
Dangerous grinder attachments. Yeah, so that's us right there. We're gonna push our strut all the way up, and
will you explain what you were saying before with the how you have to align it so it's almost in a bind one way?
Yeah, so like you want to go like you don't want to have it fully extended and then you put your bracket in a bind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push this all the way up I got the valve and compression fully loose, rebounds fully tight, and then when we drop this, it realigns everything. It's probably not going to go in the hole right now. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. The control arm is really not going to go up much farther than that, if any. So we can put this to where it's in somewhat of a, almost in a bind this direction. That way it has full travel as it would go down. And we're going to have the misalignment spacers tomorrow. One of the days we'll have them, and it'll have more alignment.
So these are just for misalignment.
The misalignment spacers are 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch, so I'm just using those to simulate the space. So whenever I weld it up, I can just slide the misalignment spacers in there. But it's going to go in there like that, and we'll get it tacked up, set our caster, and
is this is really the last fab on the car?
Wishbone.
Oh, wishbone. You're right.
Yeah, right. Do the wishbone. This is one of the disadvantages of buying a car. Sometimes is.
Someone commented, they said, why are you doing a lot of stuff to the car if you bought it already?
That's just part of it. I mean, we could have put it back together, and
everyone has their own way of doing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we could have put it together and we could have raced it with the struts, and then, you know, every 10 passes we could have went, shit, the struts are blown out again because they're in such a bind, or the control arm broke, or you know, the front end doesn't work right because it's in a bind to where like your valving isn't consistent. So all these things, we're just doing it towards more raceable, more consistent, and it's right. Like, it's either right or it's wrong. So
damn, is that a shirt? It's either right or it's wrong.
It's either right or it's wrong. So we're gonna make it right, and then that way, you know, 5 degrees of camber, that's a lot for a race car. I mean, I usually run them at 0. 2 degrees of caster, that's nothing. This thing would have been so darty. Like, you turn the wheel and it just stay that way. This way, you know, John could turn the wheel and then let go of it, and it's just gonna go right back to center.
And I feel like you could see that a lot in some people driving cars. You know, some people go down the same racetrack on an absolute set of rails where the car goes perfectly straight. I think the Black Sheep's one of those cars where we've taken our time.
Yep, so it's got, if you check the spindle, it's probably got quite a bit of caster built into the spindle, the TRZ spindle. You know, I've driven a car and went from 3 degrees caster to 10 degrees caster, and it felt like I went from driving a go-kart to a pro mod. Like, the thing was laser straight after that. So all this stuff, we're just making it to where, like, our suspension as it travels, you know, we don't have any geometry changes. All this we're doing, we're just making it to where it is easy to drive, consistent, and reliable, and there's no issues or anything. So that's why we do it. We don't want to. I don't want to be out here doing this. I would much rather start it up, because we could have easily started up in the time we spent on this. But, you know, it's got to get done. So
it's kind of like fixing the things that are wrong to make it better. We did that with Hank.
Yeah, look at the Black Sheep. Like, when we first started racing the Black Sheep, we had a lot of problems with it. You know, we went to Street Car Takeover, and you know, we would have probably won that race. You know, we didn't have really any other fast cars to deal with, and just shut off in the burnout because of the wiring. So, you know, that's one of the things. We knew the wiring, and
we just raced it.
We just raced it, and, you know, that came back to bite us in the ass. So this one, we're just doing everything right the first time. We don't have to worry about, like, oh man, the wiring job, or oh, the motor or the chassis is not right, or this isn't right. We're just doing it once, and then that way we can go race it, put it in the box, do whatever, go race it again. Because that's what we do with that. That thing barely ever comes out of the trailer.
How nice is it?
It's nice. No, I mean, that's you know, the people that they race and they go and they
show up to the track, they work on it all day at the track. They work
on it, they race it, they work on it all week just to go race it for one day, and then they work on it again. Like,
And that's in, like, it's like the proof's in the pudding. It's all about how you make it.
Yeah, no, it all starts. I mean, we're all capable of doing, you know, same things, and you know, the time you spend to really look over your car, you know, all the things we're thinking about, you know, it's and it's honestly, some of the stuff, it does get looked over, because if we wouldn't have noticed that the valving and the struts, then John wouldn't have had the struts off, and then when he put it back together, he wouldn't have said, like, hey, something ain't right. The thing, I can't get the control arm in there, and we would have really started investigating. Because looking at it, I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to if the struts were in there correctly. So, you know, that's just one of those things, you start finding all the stuff. Just like the anti-roll bar. The anti-roll bar, everything looked good, and when we started actually making everything how it's supposed to be made, we realized tabs are in the wrong spot. So just part of it.
Got some more fab. We gotta do the anti-roll bar tabs, and we gotta do the wishbone.
Yeah, this is major. This is a major deal. Those are just like, you know, 30-minute, you know, slap some tabs on there and roll with it. It's a lot of measuring, a lot of checking, a lot of, you know, this is not a light fabrication stuff that somebody would be, you know, normally just tackling at home, you know, putting struts and cups and building A-arms and everything for it in line and on a lift. Like, that's, you know, this is pretty in-depth. So
you're offering the service to people here one day, drop it off. What's your price? Like $200?
Yeah, without a chassis table, like 50.
So, well, we're getting this stuff knocked out. We'll probably end this video here because I know when you guys watch it, it will be a lot because we did all the row arc stuff. You've been using all the row arc stuff? Yeah,
we've been using it. If you guys really seen us do anything, all the stuff you've seen has been row arc. We just never really talked about it. And then, you know, we were thinking like, man, you know, how can we, you guys are pretty loyal viewers, and how can we give back to you guys to where it's not just information, it's also saving you money.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the whole point why we do it. If you guys can learn from our mistakes and from our trials and tribulations and everything, then
yeah, you know, our tricks, and I'm sure there's some tricks that you guys got, and if you got anything like you're like, hey, I know where you can get this material cheap, like Global Tech and, you know, some other places, you know, there's a lot of everybody's got a little tips and tricks, so if you got some, leave them in the comments.
Yeah, we kind of have like the high speed way about it because we do so many projects and have so much stuff going on at once. But yeah, we're just trying to do all this, try to keep it fun, exciting, informative. I know it's been a grind. Some people say they've been loving the Slick Rick video. Some people are like, oh, well, you guys get to the track already. This is part of it.
Yeah, I wish it was just, you know,
God, imagine we could just spend every day at the track.
Oh yeah, no, imagine if you didn't have to work on them. Imagine if you had to build them. I mean, I guess for some people that's how they are.
What happens every time we have someone do something for us? Just say it, just be honest. Every time, literally anything, they do anything with any aspect, not just the race cars, literally anything.
There's a reason why I tried to do and learn how to do everything, because every time I feel like I rely on somebody else, it's either, you know, some stuff's great, you know, there's a lot of things, but everything is like, man, you get 9 good things and 1 bad thing, and it just kind of sucks. But that's part of it, and the race car stuff, unfortunately, is the worst, it seems like. But
the industry is just,
but in life, I mean, the race car stuff, like, shit don't fit. Like, you can spend so much money and nothing fits. You got to make it fit. Like, it's very discouraging to somebody that's not good at fabrication, because they think, man, if I save my money up and I buy these really expensive brakes, won't have no problems. And they put them on there and they're like, shit, they don't fit. And if they're not, like, if they don't understand or don't know how to re-engineer it, then that's just like, my brakes don't fit. And then it.
What's your nickname around here? I'll let you say it on camera. I'll just beep it out, but you could say it.
The unfucker.
So Matt's gonna continue unfucking everything, and we're one step closer. Potential fire up tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Potential fire up tomorrow. Sounds pretty good. And we're getting ready for a storm, so it's like as if we didn't have enough stuff going on already. FL2K is up in the air right now, because if we go on the storm, our FL2K goals and timelines pretty much go out the window.
But that's our job, so it's like, you know, we race all the time. And like a lot of you guys, you know, you can't do that because you got a 9 to 5. Well, that turns into our 9 to 5. So it'd just be like you guys saying, oh, I'm taking off and going to the racetrack. Sometimes, you know, if the storms are coming, gotta do it. Yeah. No matter what kind of races.
Yeah, we kind of just drop the ball and do that. So if you guys are interested in that, you can hit up Matt. Emails at the start of the video. My emails at the start of the video. Hit us, either one of us up. If you don't hear from me, probably email Matt. If you don't hear from Matt, probably email me, and then you won't hear from me, and then email Matt again. Although David's been on it lately. David, you guys generally hear from David. So if you guys need anything, hit us up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed, go down and hit that subscribe button. Slick Rick Fire Up will probably be the next video you guys see. Thursday night, go out Motorsports Park with Hank. And then we're either going to be testing for FL2K or working, one of the two. So we're getting closer. I'm waiting for the results back from the giveaway to let you guys know who wins Brown Sugar. And I think we got some big things ahead.
I think it's going to be a
What state? Guess the state. Who's gonna win it? What state?
I don't know. I was thinking.
We did the breakdown. We did the breakdown the other day. We've had a winner from Tennessee. We've had a winner from Detroit. We've had a winner from Georgia. We've had a winner from.
I think it was 2 in Tennessee.
Yeah, there was 2 in Tennessee. Yeah, there was 2 in Tennessee. There's 2 in Tennessee, Georgia, Detroit, North Carolina, West Virginia.
I'm going with Florida.
You're going with Florida?
Yep.
North Carolina has the largest presence. I got great support in North Carolina. So if you just look at the who buys the most statistically, I was surprised it took so long to get a winner from the Carolinas, especially local. We have absolutely amazing local support. Ask Matt anytime we go somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, Walmart, and they're like, "Oh hey, Matt," and I'm just like,
they're like, "Matt, can you put these A-arms on my truck in the parking lot?" And they see David. What do they say to you?
"Hey David,"
They're like, "You're that guy and from the videos." Yeah, that's what David gets. And then
"I
like
got a chair in my garage is floating off."
and then they see me and they're like, "Hey, you're the cowman." So like we literally get it all over. So the sport's great, but I'm gonna go with.
Utterly amazing.
That's utterly amazing. I'm gonna go with if I had to guess, maybe I'm getting some support back home in Pennsylvania, and it'd go home to Pennsylvania. I think that'd be pretty cool. Who you're going with?
Tennessee, statistically.
Statistically, why are you saying statistically to Tennessee?
We already had 2 Tennessee winners.
Oh, you're just going with history repeats itself. David,
Florida.
Florida. Andrew, who's winning it? Have I had a South Carolina winner yet?
No, or Georgia.
No, I had one Georgia.
You had one Georgia?
Yep. Charlie Murphy went to Georgia.
Could be either or. I think Florida.
Florida, big Florida guys. Big Florida guys. All right, we're gonna wrap this video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe. This is a long one, so if you guys, got a long lunch, I'm trying to take the whole thing up. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload. Don't forget to subscribe. Got some big stuff coming.